The NBA on 2K Sports welcomes you to Wednesday afternoon basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge.
Here we go.
And so off the tip, it's Albuquerque. Bird with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his first foul. Here's Cunningham. Pass to Williamson. There's the drive. The kick out to Cunningham. Here's Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
Oh, the long strides of Holmgren on display. This is why you can't give him the lane.
And Chet Holmgren's been a great player from day one, Doris. What do you like most about his game?
I don't know which aspect to pick. This guy is a great rim protector. He can shoot the basketball from three-point territory and with great range from three. But maybe my favorite aspect is the competitive toughness he brings on a nightly basis.
The kick out to Odom. Hits the three-point bomb.
And I love how Odom stretches the floor. They're always ready to shoot from distance when the defense is in focus.
Count that one.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And it's out of bounds, and last touch by Holmgren. Rose looking around. Shot clock at 5. Screen by Bull.
And that combination of length and instincts, that's what makes Cunningham so competitive at the defensive end.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That's his first foul. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Here's Cunningham. And Cunningham with the slam.
And he can make some jaw-dropping plays. Cunningham loves to get to the 10 and finish with authority.
Count that bucket.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And a wide-open look for Cunningham. Anaheim grabs the miss.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty. Well, put all that size to good use. Rip it off the backboard.
Williamson outside. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Lamar Odom. That is his first foul of the game. And there's a minute 45 left here in the first quarter. And finished off by Williamson.
Well, what a dunk artist this guy is. Whenever Williamson takes flight, you're just expecting to see something special.
The tray. And as it goes out of bounds, Albuquerque able to keep the ball here.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Parker outside. Cunningham on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And stolen by Bull. And here's the fast break. Rose leading the way. Bull inside. A special move before the shot.
Yeah, inside, Bull does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
It's Cunningham with the drive.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Holmgren at the elbow. Back to Cunningham. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Oh, tough stuff from Cunningham inside, enduring the foul and able to get that one off.
And so he hits both.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Pass to Wagner. Duncan left side. And that one is off. Good D by Holmgren. Albuquerque leading by 3. Launches from deep. Cunningham's shot is off. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. Anaheim shooting their first free throw this game. And Worthy no good on that one.
One of the most feared, versatile scorers at that forward position. Big game James always seems to make the most out of any situation.
Here's Wade. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Albuquerque out in front, leading by 3. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And what stands out to you from Albuquerque in this one so far?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys have done a great job guarding multiple positions.
Now, here's Wagner. He has yet to score. Missed inside. GA, when you look at the development of Franz Wagner, what now is the next step for him?
Kevin, for me, it's the three-point shooting, specifically becoming more efficient out there. And I also think he's going to have to become a better passer, ball mover. I got total confidence he'll get there because the rest of his game is complete.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Now a timeout called by Albuquerque. It's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Miller. Albuquerque leading by 6. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Rose. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. The rebound by Halliburton. And so here's Albuquerque. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Now, good.
And this is where you feed Yao because almost no one is going to be able to block it.
Here's Rose. Rebound by Albuquerque. And now in transition, it's Roy. Here we go. Pass to Reed. The shot's good. Roy making the play. Reed's got the lead up to 10 now for Albuquerque. It's Miller on the wing. Outside Rose. That shot goes in. He now has 3 field goals and 6 misses today. Albuquerque leading by 8. Here's Reed. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Halliburton's vision and then the ability to thread the needle there makes the defense pay.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Albuquerque.
These guys have been so quick off the dribble, finding great lanes to attack and getting themselves to the basket.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Three-pointer. Şengün with the bucket.
Well, for a big man, his stroke is just beautiful, and because of the height, it's so hard to challenge.
Incredible for his age. The decision-making of Şengün GA is very impressive.
So calm when he sees a double coming. Reads and reacts with ease when he's on the block or at the nail. Reminds you of a young Jokic with how he sees the game.
Here's ball. After the basket by Anaheim on the other end. 2 points. That one goes.
Well, the quickness helps LaMelo Ball out inside right there. Just allows him to get the quick drop on the defense.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Tyrese Halliburton. That's his first foul. Here's Rose. Driving in.
Oh, my goodness. Tyrese Halliburton twice on the pipe. Send it back defensively.
Pass to Roy. Good, and the assist goes to Şengün. Roy's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open. Well, just it's easy to say this guy wanted it more, creating the second chance opportunity and cashing in.
Now here's Rose. 8 points for him. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Second shot opportunity.
Well, Derrick Rose plays with such intensity, such willingness to draw contact on the interior.
It's his first trip to the line. Both good from the line that time. Albuquerque leading by 5. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Roy. And then Roy with the jam.
Man, Roy can fly.
And there's the call on Roy. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. And both free throws good for Rose.
And you gotta love watching Rose play the game. His intense style can be infectious out there, and I think it really does elevate his teammates.
Here's DeRozan, and he banks in the layup.
Well, we see a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting nowadays, but you'll take that look right there any night of the week.
From 15 feet away, Roy with the block. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. With Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting.
Here we go.
So Anaheim will get the first possession. Pass to Curry. Fires the three. Here's Holmgren. Goes back up. Again, Curry missing.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Here's Jokic from outside the arc. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. What's great about Jokic, GA, is he can put up MVP numbers, and he's got a little personality to him, doesn't he?
He does. You can tell he just loves life. He loves everything he does, especially when he's on the floor, making his teammates better.
Fires away from outside. And the basket by Castle.
And you can tell Castle loves the challenge, right? Accepts it there, and this time knocks it down from beyond the arc.
Now, here is Miller. Pass to Holmgren. Lock at 6. Play with it. Edwards defending. It's stolen by Edwards. Lobbed up there for Howard. And Howard with the stuff.
And love how Howard throws it down. Just spectacular to watch on these alley-oops, given his strength.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Now, here's Drexler. Following the miss by Bull. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And when Howard loads up inside, I think the defense is smart to foul and send him to the line.
And so Howard nails both of them.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Curry with it. And Drexler picking him up. Roy from outside. Dwight Howard grabs the board. About 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Jokic. Miller grabs the miss. Curry on the wing. To end the run. Hits the three-point bomb.
You cannot give Curry an inch. This guy is relentless when he's behind the arc.
Here's Edwards. Pass to Jokic. Here is Howard. Bull covering. Here's Jokic. Lowry has the open look. Good, and the assist goes to Jokic.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
It's Curry outside. And Anaheim with another three.
And you got the feeling that was coming. Curry loves coming back with a three of his own.
Back to Edwards. Screen by Howard. Fires for three. Anaheim grabs the miss. .54 seconds left in the first. Curry on the wing. Bull with it. Over Howard. And Anaheim tacks on 2 more.
And the touch ball is impressive. You can tell he has a lot of confidence in that shot.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest fives in the NBA.
Now, here's Curry. 6 points for him. Here's Bull. And Jokic with the rebound. On the wing, Drexler. There's the three. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
This is something Edwards is getting better and better at, facilitating for his guys.
Here's Curry. Pass to Bull. Another shot. He takes it up and lays it in.
Boy, the work ethic on the offensive glass just refuses to give up on that possession.
Howard with the drive. And it's Howard finishing it off.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that block.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with two hands on that stuff. And so it's Dwight Howard making highlights for Atlanta. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Atlanta.
Straight away, they've opened things up offensively with skillful passing, running smart plays, and just setting guys up for success.
Well, also, guys, what a start from beyond the arc. A huge part of their game today. That's going to help their spacing. This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. And the basket by Lowry.
When Kyle Lowry touches that painted area, he is aggressive to score it, and he is so able to finish on the interior.
Wade, good.
Well, just tremendous composure on the interior. Read the defense, take advantage of the situation, and deliver.
Covington in the corner. And again, it's Atlanta.
You have to be prepared to catch and shoot in all circumstances if you're Robert Covington, and he was ready to rise and fire.
Some nice ball movement by Anaheim. Miller, no up. Atlanta leading by 7. Smith with a wide open look. The quick look, no good that time. And the foul on Larry Nance Jr. That is his first foul of the game. Timeout called, Anaheim. Atlanta making a switch here. Here's Reeves. No scoring in this one. Over to the wing. Pass to Miller. Just 5 on the clock. Off target from outside.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
George with no one around. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Anaheim trails by 7. Stolen by George. Smith outside. Back to George. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Howard can't hit. Here's Anaheim. Well, DB, it didn't take long, did it, for Holmgren to live up to his draft status?
Holmgren, Kevin, was an immediate impact player on both ends of the floor. At his size, to be able to shoot with range and the rim protection he provides, it was absolutely worth the wait for his team. This young man has got a toughness that has shocked even me. The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Stolen by Reeves. Miller is surveying the floor. The long distance 3 is buried. Miller's got 8 points. And we've got an injury out on the floor. Very unfortunate as always, guys. Don't like to see this.
And I'll tell you, this is the last thing you want to see.
I just feel so bad for him. What he's going through right now, you just have to hope and pray that it's not too serious.
And timeout called by Willie Green. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Here's Castle. Anaheim grabs the miss.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Here's Duncan.
Oh, he is firing his guys up now. Sweet dunk from Duncan. Mesmerizing.
Pass to Castle. Lets it go from deep. Atlanta again missing. Here's Anaheim. Here's Bull. His shot is good. Scores his third basket in 6 tries. Shooting 50%.
Yeah, inside, Bull does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length. Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm. That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
Reeves outside. The jump hook. Here's Duncan. Tries again. Here's Bull. And the dunk by Bull.
A towering presence that is Bull. Good at staying active and going after those offensive rebounds.
It's Miller on the wing. From past the arc. It's not going to go for him. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Anaheim on top. They finish off the second quarter with a tremendous 17-6 run. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. And so Edwards will bring it up for Atlanta. Trailing by 4. For an update on Moses Malone's injury, let's go to David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. Well, the head athletic trainer for Anaheim gave us some information. And from what he can tell, he said it doesn't appear to be a terrible injury. He's definitely out for the rest of tonight, and he'll probably need some recovery time beyond that. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. Appreciate the update. Never like to see any kind of injury, Greg.
Yeah, it's one of the toughest parts of the game because you have little to no control of it.
Well, we're obviously hoping for a speedy recovery because we know this about this young guy. He simply loves playing the game.
GA, there is a lot to like about the game of Stephon Castle.
Size, playmaking, defensive intensity. I guess the question, is there that one thing that he can do at an elite level? That will be a crucial step if he's to become a star.
Howard, that's good. Howard's got 10.
Timeout. And this is where Howard can be dominant. In close, his physical advantages then can take over.
Timeout called, Anaheim. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Curry outside. Here's Hill. And Hill throws it down.
Well, the gravity of Stephen Curry allows for him to find open teammates, and boy, does he relish the chance.
Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Outside for Roy. Pass to Hill. 5 on the clock. Hits the outside fadeaway. Hill's got his second basket of the game. Here's Drexler. He's got 9. Screen by Howard. And it's Jokic in the corner. The basket good off the assist from Drexler.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Towns. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Towns has got his first points in this one. And so it's Willie Green here calling timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Atlanta with the ball. Edwards looking it over. Here's Jokic. Oh, Jokic powering inside.
He's so skilled on the interior. Jokic plays with so much force and leverage down low.
Floats it up for Holmgren. And stolen by Howard. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. And Edwards with the stuff.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Curry's shot is off.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
There's 45 seconds left to play in the third. Curry can't get it to go.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
On the wing, Miller. Left side, Curry. Out to Miller. Towns in the corner. Nailed from three-point land. Towns has got 5 points now this quarter.
And drifting to the corner and finding some space, Towns can exploit any gap in a defense.
High arcing shot, and it's laid in by Edwards. And Atlanta leads by 7.
Boy, that's a beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal. Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
Timeout called, Anaheim. Stolen by Drexler. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Atlanta leads by 5. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Anaheim trails by 5. Here's Wade. Bradley with some nice D. Here's Atlanta now. Back to Smith. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And it's Anaheim with the ball.
And there are so many reasons to be a fan of Wade's. This young man's ceiling is sky high.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Atlanta.
Well, I've been impressed with the ball movement all game long. They're really looking to just make that extra pass.
And the other thing, guys, that they've been very effective at is shooting the long-range jumpers. The defense has been having trouble closing out to them in this game in particular.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Outstanding touch, boy. The floater is good for Anthony Edwards.
Here's Wade into the lane. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
Yeah, but that's been elusive. They've missed a few plays along the way that they'd love to have back.
And here's Reeves outside. Atlanta with the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Pass to Castle. Out to Nance. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. 6 on the shot clock. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Timeout.
And Atlanta leads by 7.
Boy, if you let Larry Nance Jr. carve out that kind of space, turn the lights out.
Timeout called, Anaheim. Atlanta making a switch here. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Anaheim's head coach talked to his team during that timeout. Now, he had some pros and cons. He said, I like our play inside. But what's happening at the arc, fellas? We got to start making some shots. He needs more production from the outside. Guys?
Thanks so much, David. A wide open look for Drexler. It's good from long range. And now a 10-point Atlanta lead. The power of Jokic. Wow.
Oh, that's just too easy for Jokic. This is why defensively you've got to get him away from the basket.
Couldn't run the inbound play any better than right there.
Atlanta leading by 10. It's Edwards on the wing. Another three for Atlanta.
And it was going back and forth there for a while, but now starting to just stretch out that lead a bit. They're definitely looking like the better team.
And the explosiveness Wall brings to the point guard position is special. This guy is a major threat when healthy.
And so Wall nails both of them. 1:46 left in the game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's his first foul. Here's Atlanta now. They're on a 14-6 run. Pass to Drexler. Fires from deep. It doesn't go for him. Anaheim trails by 11. Outside Curry. And a miss there on the triple. Atlanta with the ball. Back to Edwards. Drexler high post. Count it. Good. Drexler's got the lead up to 13 now for Atlanta.
And how about the offensive explosion here by Clyde Drexler? Has really developed his skill set. No one's been able to match up with him all night.
Down low. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on John Wall.
And what makes Castle so difficult to guard is that he keeps defenders off balance with this constant change of pace.
And a new group getting ready for Anaheim. Both good from the line that time. Here's Wall. And there's the drive. Good, and as this goes to town. And so Edwards will bring it up for Atlanta. 13-point lead. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Drexler, no good. All with it. Now defended by Jokic. And here comes the break. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Yeah, I think that one closes the door on any comeback hopes. Impressive performance.
To me, they just looked a step quicker out there. They certainly looked to want it more than their opponent.
And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. And that one misses. He doesn't get the second one. Shoots the three. It's deflected. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Towns.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg.